All right, so it's been converted back to a user mailbox, right? So that's how to convert from shared to user, and then from user mailbox back to shared mailbox. So I'm going to convert Adele back to okay, so let me confirm. Let me do something. Have IT department as a shared mailbox? Let me confirm. So yeah, this is for groups actually. This is for groups. We're going to come back to this when we get to. So okay, I can do something. Let's do something here. So one thing I would say is just understand how PowerShell works, and then know the commands. Get exo recipients. We all know what recipients are. We have the user, the groups, the room mailboxes, and the rest. So now user we have the shared and the regular user. So let me run this now. So I can use this to get any of the recipients, right? So all I need to do is to either use the name or the email address. So I'm getting the recipient type of this, and then this identity. So you can also use this to confirm that this is now a user mailbox through here. So we're almost done. Let me just see. Okay, so I want to do something here. This command, I think, is the same thing with it. It's not. I think it's the same thing with this, right? So it's going to format. What it's going to do is to format the recipient details the same way this has been formatted for us here, just listing them out. That's all it does. So for this one, right, you can use this command, the set mailbox identity, to send email, right? And then ensure that there is a forwarding, or if there's a forwarding, right? If an email is sent to a particular account, then it gets delivered to a forwarded address also. So all you need to do is to get the set mailbox identity, the person, let's say from Adele to Patty, and then it delivered to mailbox and then forward. So what this means is that, let me show you from here, email forwarding, yeah, for Adele. So if I turn this on, so as you can see here, I can forward to an external account, right? I can forward to an internal account. So if I select external account, I put the email address here. I say this, and then I say deliver to both forwarding and mailbox. This is what it means. Deliver to the original mailbox to which the email was sent, and then forward, also deliver to the forwarded address. So the forward SMTP address is this, right? I can decide to change this during a session. So I use this actually. So yeah, I can let's see which of the accounts have forwarding. So I'll just try this. So let me come here. Solo and my account. Solo and my account. So let me see. Apologies, right? I said 5, but that means 1 and 5, not after 5. Solo ima, which is the solo.ima. Okay, so let me forward. Let me set forwarding for Sulima. This is it. Email forwarding. Turn this on. Forward to internal user. Search for the email. AJ add. I just added right. No. Forward to. Sorry, I have to go back. So forward from, right? So is it Sulima I have here? So I need to confirm again. Sulima. So I have Masulu here. Okay. All right. So deliver. I'm going to save this and then refresh. So I'm going to send email, a test email quickly. Okay, I'm going to send a test email to. Shit. All right, so I'm going to send a test email to Sulima, right? Sulima. Let's see what happens. Sulima, this is Sulima, right? Sulima got it, test M365. However, if I come to my own account folders, I also got it because it was forwarded to me, right? So I can do that with, all I need to do is to add the account here, right? So if I add Solo Ima here and I add Josh AJ here, same thing. I can do what I just did from the GUI to with PowerShell also. So so this one you can use it to forward all emails basically that are coming into Ken. You can forward it to this account. So all emails that comes into this identity. So I can use the name, or you can also go ahead using the email address that I've been using since without the codes, right? And then all emails are forwarded to this account. We can to know if anything worked. Let's see. Should format a list for us. So it did not show us anything. So let's do something here. Let me see if I use so. It's not show anything. So it shows what's the name that remember when I set I set that it should also deliver to my inbox before it forwards, right? Set it to true. However, for party itself, set it to false because that was not selected. However, it's not displaying the account that it's forwarding to. So I think the reason is it should show, but I think the reason is yeah, we'll look at that later. So that's that. Then I can also use this to look at permissions. Who has permission to this account, right? So who has full access or read permission to this account. Then I have the format list to format it in a readable manner, right? So any account you want to check who has permission to, you can also check. So let's check for solo ima, and then let's run it. Let's see. So solo ima, let's come back up here. Yeah, full access. Solo ima is owner. Who is this person? Solo ima. So this user has access to the shared mailbox, as you can see from here, right? So we have a lot of things to talk about, and then basically you can do PowerShell, you can do anything with PowerShell, but you must be very careful, right? Especially when it comes to deleting of identities or deleting of information from a mailbox or from anywhere in Teams, SharePoint, OneDrive. Don't use PowerShell. You need to be very careful because some things, or basically most things done with PowerShell, are easily not recoverable. So if you delete, it's like you are doing a shift delete, right? So you need to be careful with that. So I would talk about one more thing. Sorry. Yeah, permissions. So I would, as you can see my screen here, permissions in Exchange Online. We saw them last week. Let me go back there so that we can see again. Echo rules, admin rules. So we have them here listed. Yeah, so I'll use sorry, not this. Sorry, please bear with me, not this. Okay, see them here, rules. So I would use this to explain, right? So there are some things you would want to do that you need certain permissions. You need certain permissions to do them, especially anything that concerns Exchange Online. So for example, I want to run an e-discovery search. You can also say content search. So basically what that does is it's going to crawl through the mailboxes the mailbox you want to search based on certain not permissions now, based on certain search criteria you set, right? So if I want to carry out an discovery search, I need certain permissions like the e-discovery manager. I have that. I can carry out the search and even see the results. So I can go and set some permissions. There are some permissions you give, right, to run e-discovery. We have e-discovery manager. We have other ones too. You can give the user one of the permissions, and then you can only use that to run. However, you cannot view the results. So what if you know all the permissions needed to carry out a discovery search and then to see the result and also to export, all you need to do is to know the permission that is needed. So for example, let's say you want to do anything, you want to carry out any anti-malware function. These are the permissions you need, right? You need to assign to that user you want to carry out this function. Anti-spam, the same thing. Arbitration, client access. So if, as you can see, organization management is kind of default for almost everything. So, and that comes by I think that's giving you can always assign that to yourself as an admin, a global admin, right? So that you can do most of this. So if you want to carry out any DLP functions, you have this, and then compliance management. So if you want to do discovery mailboxes, you have organization management, and then recipient management. Then if you want to check for you want to do anything regarding distribution groups, anything domains, anything Microsoft or Office 365 connectors. So this is what I was explaining earlier, discovery, e-discovery, right? So you can, let's open this and see. So you need the discovery management role assigned to you. So if you want to do for in-place hold also, you need the discovery management and the organization management. So journal, archiving, all this. So just know the function you want to do or the activity you want to carry out, and then then check through the roles or permission you need to assign to that user that you want to carry out that activity. Yeah, like I said, you mustn't always cram all this. As you use them often, you get used to them, and then you have the documentation to use for verification of, yeah, to check through. Yep. So that would be all from my end today. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me on today's session. Apologies, I said 5, but we are over with 25 minutes. Thank you so much, guys. So, have any question? And proceed. Thank you. Or if you have any scenario you want us to look at, you have something in your head, or something is happening in your organization, you want to understand how it's happening. Yeah, apologies. Let me just quickly say one thing. Hurry up, please. I think you asked the question last time. So we have groups here, right? There was a question I was asked last time. We have here mail enable security group. We have a test. I have this created, which is what we have here. Sorry, let's scroll down. This is what we have here. So the person asked, or the person painted the scenario that the IT manager and other users have access to a shared mailbox, right? However, before the other users can read or see the emails, right, the IT manager must have read it and then give or grant permission. Right? So this is what's happening. So like Solomon explained last week or last session, you have a mail-enabled security group created, right? I named mine Exum. And in this, let's see the configuration together. And in this security mail-enabled security group, right? When you look at this, look at the member. We have Joshua AJ as the owner. And then we have Solo Ima as a member. So remember that Solo Ima is a shared mailbox. And then let's go back here. And then let's look at the settings. Before the email is delivered, right, there is a message approver which is sent to the owner of, or the moderator that was added to this setting, right? So this is what I did. I added the same AG account as the moderator to approve the email, right? Let me click this. Let's see. And then okay, require moderator approval for this message, any message I sent to the group. So what is happening in that scenario that was painted is an email is sent to the security group with the shared mailbox as a member, and also the owner, right? The IT manager as the owner or a member rather, and also the moderator. And then the moderator goes through the email, who happens to be the IT manager, goes through it and then approve. When this email is approved, then it drops to the shared mailbox. That's when other members of the shared mailbox can see the content of the email that was sent. So let's do a test, right? So this is it. Just uncopy this, right? I will do something. I'll go to my Gmail. I would test it. So let's see if it works. All right. Message sent. Message sent. So I come here. Let me refresh. Let's see. Please bear with me. Done. All right, so as you can see here, guys, I have an email here. So your decision is requested, right? I either approve this email or reject it. Cool. And then I can see the content of the email. Can you see from who to who, the subject, and then the message. So now let's see. Remember that Soloima is also a member, right? But Soloima has not gotten the email. Until this is approved, I come here and I approve this. So let's see what happens. As you can see, guys, there's nothing in here. Let me go. There's nothing in here. There's nothing. Let's go to the junk. There's nothing. Archive. There's nothing. Inbox. There's nothing. Right? So let me approve now. Approve. It's been approved. So let's see what happens. It has dropped. So let's go to shared mailbox now. Can you see? So it's dropping into my inbox again because, as you can see, the settings here, the members here, I also have my account as a member also. That is why if this is removed, you won't see, it won't drop again into my what's the name, my inbox, right? So now we have the email to the shared mailbox. So I believe the person that asked the question is on this call, and then you understand this, the flow, and then yeah. Thank you very much, guys. So Ariel, please proceed with your question. Hello, Ariel.
Hello?
Can anyone?
Sorry,
Okay.
I was good evening. Okay,
Yeah,
so
maybe.
my question is about email forwarding. I joined in very late, like just a couple of minutes ago, so I don't know if today's topic actually touched on it. But let me just go ahead and say it. So about email forwarding, um, over the week there was a requirement for us to create a fresh desk account, and the way fresh desk works is that when emails are sent to a particular shared mailbox, the emails get automatically forwarded to another mailbox on fresh desk on the fresh desk platform. So once it gets to the fresh desk platform, it gets automatically created with ticket numbers, which our agents can then follow up on the platform and respond to applicants and others. Now, I configured the shared mailbox. I've configured forwarding on the shared mailbox that all the mails that drops into the shared mailbox should automatically be redirected to that external fresh desk mailbox so that tickets can be created. But then I discovered it wasn't forwarding. When mails are sent to that shared mailbox, it drops in the shared mailbox, but it doesn't automatically forward to that external email address. So I was now wondering what could be the issue because I had already configured automatic email forwarding on Outlook Online for that particular shared mailbox. Do you understand my question?
Yes, yes. So my question to you is, were you able to resolve it?
We've not been able to resolve it yet. At the
Okay,
point,
so
I had to like escalate to our global exchange guys to work on, and I haven't
yeah,
gotten
it's
their feedback till now.
yeah, it's fine. So one thing I would say is you need to check first. You need to. We also have a system like that. When an email is sent to the account, right? It gets forwarded. So the account, the email, the shared mailbox, right? Is okay. Shared mailbox. It gets forwarded to your. It creates a ticket. So one thing I would say is you need to check the application you are using and see first. You need to check if you guys are still using you can't even be using basic authentication because Microsoft has disabled basic authentication. So you need to check if the application um, still uses basic authentication, and then you need to ensure that the application can work with modern authentication and OAuth so that that can happen. Else, that's one of the major reasons because I worked on a case recently in my organization. We also have a ticketing system that same thing. However, one doesn't forward. You send an email to the account, it automatically creates a ticket on the help desk platform, right? However, emails and then it sends email out that an email has been created for you like that. But because of the basic authentication issue, the system is basically on basic authentication, right? Why Microsoft has disabled basic authentication. So it wasn't working. So we had to basically work with the designer of the product, right? So that they can enable um, modern authentication with OAuth. So that's what I would say. So you can add to that.
Okay, so there's something you should note, right? When you're using Exchange, before you can actually forward emails, right? You can forward emails, it's not before. You can still forward emails now. But I think that was 2021, they started making um, documentation about security means of protecting emails from forwarding outside the organization. So why I'm saying this is because I was thinking of telling you before you should do a test mail with one other mail in your organization. But if you do it with another email in your organization, this might work, right? Because it's not a way to secure something that is within your organization is assumed to be secured, right? But if it is going out, that's where the problem will be. So if you go to your Exchange admin center where we have mail flows, if you have issues with mails not going out, mails not coming in, right? What I always tell people, first thing first is run a message trace. Message trace will tell you at what point did that message stop, right? So, but one thing you should also do, if you look at that place he is, that's where you do the message trace. You would know where is actually having the issue, where is this thing stopping at this moment. Then the next thing you should be looking at is that remote domain. So if you see remote domain, is it remote or accepted domain? Please click on remote domain. It's remote domain. Yeah, because remote domain decide what is going out of your organization. So if you click on that default is on asterisk. That means you can send mail to every domain. Asterisk mean all. Now, if you look at email replies and types, that's where automatic reply, mail forwarding is. So if you click edit there, if you check your tenants, you can see allow only external and out of office reply. Can look the down, yes, allow automatic forwarding, yes. So you can use all of this to troubleshoot it also. Because if you don't allow forwarding here, right, I think there should be an issue with forwarding your this thing. But just try to go through the process of checking this, doing message trace, and also doing tests to another email so that you know if it's actually the email you're sending it to that is the problem or it is a general problem. So if you do those tests and you see that it's not working both ways, you check mail flow. You say, okay, I sent it to this guy. Let me see what happened when the email went. I'm putting this email, I'm seeing what is actually happening, checking this other email that's probably delivered. Nothing blocked it. You can also check remote domain. So if you check those two, I think you should be able to find one of your issues. You should be able to solve the issues out. So it's probably going to be one of that. How will I put it? One of that. Yeah, the issue should just be within one of those places. So that's all I can say. So check your remote domain. After checking your remote domain, check mail flow and do tests also.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll
Sorry, Ario.
actually okay, yeah. So I've actually taken note of
Hold
what
on,
you've
Ario.
placed. Okay.
Okay. Um, yeah, thanks, Solomon. Thank you, Solomon, for that. Right. So I would say something before you continue, Ario. So I think the first step, as Solomon said, is to first check the message trace. Check the message trace first to see where the email, at what point did the email stop. And then, like he also mentioned, I think 2021, before automatically you can forward emails outside your tenant, right? But Microsoft stopped it. And then, like he showed you from Exchange, you can do that. Also, you can do that somewhere else. You can also check somewhere else. So before I say that, Ario, please proceed. Ario.
All right. Sorry. I keep muting myself. So I said I've actually taken note of those two aspects she said we should check. Because the issue has actually been going on for like 2, 3 days now, and the support guys seem to be, I don't know, they are tier 1 guys. I don't know if they don't know how to go about it or something, and then they are not willing to push to the tier 2 guys. But then I'm going to send them reminders putting in these suggestions. So many times to get my tickets resolved, that's what I do. Like once I have an issue, I try to get a solution and then suggest to them. But then talking of message trace, when you opened it the other time, I saw that there were many stuffs in the message trace. So now, for how do you do message tracing for a particular, maybe for a particular mailbox? Because I could see that just that message trace just listed a lot of message traces, probably from all the mailboxes. But how do you do it? Or I mean, for just a particular mailbox to know what's going on with just that particular mailbox?
Okay, that's very very that's a good question. So remember I said I was going to say something, right? Before we continue. Before now, automatic forwarding was allowed, and was it 2021? I think it was even 2020 during COVID, towards the end of the year, I think between September and October or August, automatic forwarding stopped. So first thing is to run message trace. Second thing is to, like you said, before you even run message trace, test with an external account and see if forwarding is allowed. Then, if it's not allowed, you would get an NDR, non-delivery report. It will tell you. So let's do that together quickly. So it's going to give you an NDR, right? It's going to give you NDR of that. I'm going to tell you the NDR number that this email was automatic forwarding basically is not enabled for your organization or something like that. So when you get that error, right, all you need to do is check here. So you come to the security portal, right? You come to the security portal and then go to policies. You go to policies here. Under policies, you go to threat management, and then you go to anti-spam. Then you go to outbound, anti-spam outbound. Then you click on edit settings. So see here, forwarding, automatic forwarding. So it's in system control. If I should send an email out, it should give me an NDR. So all you need to do, if it is on system control, all you need to do is to put it on, save it. To complete your organization, we need to set up like no. So all you need to do is to save it, and then refresh, and then automatic forwarding should work. So you should take note of that also. And then with the other mail flow, and then remote domain options, Solomon also shared. So for this, right, message trace. Did you get that, Solomon? Ariel?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So remember, anti-spam outbound policy, and then change it from system controlled to on. It should allow email forwarding also. Then for message trace, to check for a particular account, it's very, very simple, right? So this is what you're going to do. Click on start. These are the ones that was previously run by this account, a particular account. So all you need to do is, depending on what you want to do, you can get futures are no longer available, right? So for 0 to 2 days, you would see that enhanced summary report and then an extended report, right? Then if I increase this to the end, you can only get an enhanced summary report and extended report. So summary report gives you a summary of the trace you ran. It's always advisable to go for the extended report. This gives the nitty-gritty of whatsoever happened with a particular email, right? You can even search, you can search, you can get the message ID and search for a particular email that was sent. All you need to do is get the message ID. So let's do something. Do I still have my Outlook here? So let me click out, and then I come here. I come to view. I get view message, right? So this is the header of the email. This is the header of the email, right? What I can do is I copy this. I come back here, go to message analyzer. So Microsoft has a tool, message analyzer. You can use to analyze the messages, right? Like I said, you must not always cram or put all those in your head. You can always get them. I paste it here, the message header, analyze this, right? I get back here and dump the message ID here. That's what I need to do, right? And then I run. I can leave it this way. It should go, and then I run. A report is sent to my email. I can change this email and put any of my Gmail accounts, right? And then this report is sent to my Gmail account. So now I'm searching. I'm doing a message trace for only this particular email address, invalid notification address. So let's see. Okay, I think it wants me to use this account. It wants me to use an organization account. Sorry, bear with me. Let me get this quickly. Right, apologies for that. So paste it here. Let's see. So yeah, as you can see, what we just did is we just ran a trace for a particular email using the message ID. That's one way you can do to see what happened, right? And then you can also run a message trace and say, for your scenario now, right? You can run a message trace and say, all emails, the sender is let me see, the sender is AJ, and then I don't know the particular recipient. Right? I can leave this blank so that all emails sent from this account, maybe this account now is having an issue with some users are complaining and are not getting my emails, right? So I can just leave this place blank and say I want to get all the emails that have been sent out in the past 90 days. I can also customize the range, right? In the past 90 days, to all the recipients. However, if it's just a particular email address I want to see, right? I can, maybe I want to check with just one user. I can just say Adele. Now it means only emails email correspondence between these two, the sender and the recipient. If I leave this blank, remember the part that shows that it shows asterisk under the remote domain. It means it's checking for all the recipients that this account has sent email to. I can also do something and say, another scenario is I can say, okay, this is a recipient. Users have been complaining that they are sending emails to this recipient. However, this recipient is not getting those emails. I can put the recipient and then leave the senders blank and also run a message trace. It goes through, right? So you can do it one-on-one, one to many, many to one, like that. Many to many, you can do that. Do you understand, Ario?
Yeah, I guess it now. Thanks.
Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, any other question?
Hello.
Yes, proceed.
Okay. I think the last time we had this training, I mentioned something about the like having a copy of it pasted in the chat so that we can have it and follow.
Okay, the training coordinator. Is it for the exchange or okay for everything, right?
No, for everything, yes.
Okay, the training coordinator would work on that. I think Solomon and Emmanuel work on that. So we'll provide a curriculum for you guys, and then yeah, you also get to the part where we would assign mentors. You can even now you can still reach out to any one of us, and then we would see we'll look at the issue together, right, and then see how we can resolve the issues together. But yeah, we're going to provide the curriculum for you guys so that you can follow through. Thanks. Okay, is there another question? All right. Solomon, Ima, over to you guys. Thank you guys for today. Thanks.